Jermaine Mendonça, Chapter 12, Segment 4. Testicular steroids masculinize the developing brain of animals and perhaps of humans. Organizational hypothesis. The proposal that the brain is permanently masculinized by exposure to androgens during development. Sensitive period. A time during which the brain can be affected by a particular influence, here exposure to testosterone. The hypothalamus is a region known in the brain for regulating hormones and sexual behavior. There is a nucleus in the hypothalamus that is called the sexually dimorphic nucleus of the preoptic area, SDN-POA. The SDN-POA is different in males and females. Research done on animals show that the sex differences in the brain arise through permanent organization of the brain by hormones early in life and the behaviors of hormones in adulthood. Cultural and social environment also plays a role in human behavior. Human brains can be masculinized by testosterone. Sexual orientation is a complex behavior that in humans appears to be affected by prenatal hormones. Sexual orientation, direction of a person's sexual interest. Heterosexuality, sexual orientation with attraction directed toward members of the opposite sex. Homosexuality, sexual orientation with attraction directed toward members of the same sex. For males, they would be called gay, and for women, lesbians. Bisexuality, sexual orientation with attraction directed toward both sexes. Gender identity is independent of sexual orientation. Men are more likely to be homosexual or heterosexual compared to women. Whoever was your first crush plays a role in who you'll be attracted to as an adult, whether it was a male or a female. Nature seems to have some influence in sexual orientation. Women with AIS are usually attracted to men. They are considered heterosexual women. This is not very informative in telling us whether sexual orientation is brought on by hormones or social upbringing. But women with CAH are also attracted to men, and social upbringing seems to have played a role in their lives. Prenatal testosterone affects the body through the pattern of blinking, physiological responses of the ears, and the lengths of bones in the fingers and limbs, which is a 2:40 ratio in the hand. Women exposed to greater amounts of prenatal testosterone tend to be homosexual. For men, independent of social upbringing is the fraternal birth order effect, the finding that the more older brothers a boy has, the more likely he is to grow up to be gay. It's effective even if brothers are raised apart. It does not work with stepbrothers, and this only applies to right-handed boys. Difference in brains of homosexual men and heterosexual women. The nucleus at INAH3 is larger in heterosexual men than homosexual men. Biological factors affect homosexuality. Brenda is an unfortunate story. She was told that she was a girl, but she was not happy with that choice. She later became a man and had a family. Sadly, the press hounded his family and him, leading to the suicide of his brother's death, the separation of his wife, and his own suicide. Social motivation. The heart of Maslow's pyramid of needs is social motivation, the drive to interact, please, and gain recognition from others. Everyone feels the need to belong, the need for affiliation, the motivation to establish and maintain relationships. It's in the middle of Maslow's pyramid. The need to affiliate varies from person to person. People with a high need for affiliation are more social and concerned about whether or not people accept them and like them. No one likes being alone or excluded from a group, and that is seen when kids are put in timeout. People gather together when they are scared or stressed. In relationships, intimacy requires honesty, disclosing some truth about yourself to your partner. Industrial and organizational psychology is the study of the behavior and attitudes of people in workplaces and organizations. The need for achievement, the motivation to take on challenging tasks that can be done successfully. People who are overachievers crave success and positive feedback. Need for power, also called the power motive, the motivation to be in charge. People who are competitive and like to win. Affiliation, achievement, and power are internal motivations. An external motivation can affect the internal motivation. The example of this would be the students who are paid to play with puzzles as opposed to when they were not being paid. The Hawthorne effect, the phenomenon that people may behave differently when they know they are being studied. Distracted by food. Women who have recovered from anorexia do not find food rewarding. They, unfortunately, tend to be scared of food.